I'm Emma from Hey Lady. Now, of course, women around the world need to use English at work. And in a professional context, there's even more pressure to communicate clearly, to be helpful, to be effective, and to be knowledgeable. So today I'm sharing 5 tips to help you sound more professional when you speak in English. Let's get straight into it. My first tip is to slow down. And I know this may seem counterintuitive because throughout your English learning life, you've been told that you have to sound like a native speaker, and native speakers speak quickly. And we learn to associate fast speech with fluency and confidence. But in business, faster isn't always better. If someone speaks quickly, whether they're a native speaker or not, it can make it much more difficult to understand them. It's harder to follow what they're saying, and in a professional context, this isn't ideal, is it? It really is essential to communicate your message clearly when you're at work. In a professional context, you've got to be clear and you've got to be direct with your statements. So instead of saying, "Do you think you could get this done by Friday?" which is very polite, but not very clear and direct. Instead, you could say, "This report needs to be finished by Friday." The language that I use there is much more direct. Your expectations are really clear. And when you're responding to statements like this, it's equally as important to be direct. Don't say, "Sure, I'll try my best." Instead, you want to say, "Yes, this report will be on your desk on Friday." Or, "I'm really sorry, but I don't think I can make that deadline because I've got a big meeting with the marketing team tomorrow." Something like that. Clear and direct. Practice your intonation and your non-verbal communication. So much of what we communicate comes from our intonation, our body language, our facial expression, and all of this can lead to miscommunication as well. But in the workplace, it can commonly lead to awkward or ineffective working relationships, which is a problem in a business setting because getting the best outcome often relies on your relationship with other people around you. It relies on your relationship with customers, with clients, right? Colleagues. Now, if you're unsure about how you perform with your body language and expression, ask a colleague or a manager to give you some feedback on your communication style so you can make some adjustments. And of course, create better relationships. Avoid filler words and sounds as much as you can, like These are all really common across lots of languages when we're thinking about the right word to say or the right idea that we want to express. But too many of these ahs and ums can make you seem unsure or a little confused. And of course, at work, that makes it seem quite unprofessional. But of course, this is completely natural. We don't always have the answer. And at work, we often face problems or difficult situations that require us to think and consider different options. But in a professional situation, it is much better to pause instead of filling that silence with and Pausing really helps to emphasize the fact that you're thinking about an option or an answer. You're coming up with a solution. Whereas and it can make you seem unsure and confused, right? My last tip is to avoid unhelpful phrases. Can you think of any? I don't know. Now, "I don't know" is an extremely common phrase, but one that you don't want to hear or use when you're at work because it is so unhelpful and therefore it's really unprofessional. So instead of saying, "I don't know," say, "I'll find out." This helps to show that you're going to solve the problem rather than just wait for someone else to sort it out for you. So there you go. They were my 5 swift tips to help you sound more professional in English. I'll see you in the next video.